Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So since we're talking about mature skin and products that work with mature skin, I thought it would be fun to show you some of the things I use. Now, just note that these are products that I am currently using, makeup products. I'll do skincare another time. But I do tend to change things up. When I find a new product that I like or see a great review, I'll give it a try. And if it's something that I enjoy, I will swap it into my routine and move out something that I've either finished up or is no longer working for me. So let's go ahead and dive in. After my skincare, which I always do first, sunscreen is my last step in my skincare routine, then I move on to my makeup. And I always set a base with a makeup primer and a color correcting primer. So right now I'm loving this one here, this Dr. Jart Cicapair. It's great at toning down redness, and I find makeup sits on top of it really nicely as well. I also love to use an illuminating primer. I will use this on my cheekbones, under my eyes. So just a note for you guys, luminous radiant skin is linked to a youthful look. So in fact, in the movies, what they will do if they want to make someone look older, they will mattify their skin. I mean like heavy matte, not like a little dusting of powder. But matte skin is linked to mature skin. So having a little luminous radiant glow is always a good thing. Okay, once I've done my primer, I like to let it sit for a few minutes if I'm going to be applying makeup over top. So what I do next actually is move on to my eyes. For eyeshadow, I love a liquid eyeshadow. This one from Younique is my all-time favorite. I've tried several, and this one, it's it. I love the light, subtle color. This one's called Giggly. There's a couple others in the Younique line that I like as well. It's not over-the-top shimmery or glittery, and it lasts all day without creasing. I will also blend it with a fluffy blending brush that just softens the edges and makes it look really, really pretty. If I have a special event or I'm going out, I will often add on a secondary color, and I love to use a pressed powder and a crease brush. Sometimes if it's just a really neutral kind of light look I'm going for, I'll stick to something like this. Or if I'm going out or a special occasion, I'll move into some of the darker shades. And I just apply that on the outer third of my lid and swept across my crease. If you guys know me, you know I love to tight line my upper lash line. And so this is the eyeliner I'm using right now. It's Makeup Forever. It glides on really smooth. It's waterproof, so it doesn't transfer, and it lasts all day. After my eyes are done, now I move back to my complexion. If I'm going to wear a foundation, I am these days reaching for this new Younique Cream Foundation. It applies really nicely. You can use a brush to apply it. This is what I do. I apply it with a brush, put a little on here, dab it all over. I'll link the video below so you can see it. And then I will tap out areas sometimes with this blending sponge. When it comes to foundation, your tools, honestly, are as important as the products that you're using. You want to choose something that's going to be hydrating for mature skin and not settle into fine lines, pores, and using the right tools can really help with that. Okay, next I go to concealer. I just use a little bit of concealer under my eyes and sometimes down the bridge of my nose or where I may have a little bit of extra redness or a blemish or anything like that. And right now I'm loving the Lancome Teint Idole. I think that's how you say it. I will often use my finger or a brush to just blend it out so that it gives a really kind of light but natural look. I don't want any heaviness or cakiness. So blending it out, the warmth of your finger works great, or a nice synthetic brush does a great job too. Before I apply my setting powder, I'll get to that in a minute, I'm using right now a cream bronzer and blush. So I like to put these on. Show you the labels. I like to put these on before I apply my setting powder because I will often set these as well. So what I'm doing now these days is sometimes I will draw it on my skin. Now what I'm doing, because I saw how that was pulling on my skin, now I will just apply it to my brush like this and then tap it on. So that's my bronzer. Blush is the same thing, but obviously a different color. You can see I'm almost out. I love this one. These are the Younique Bare You color sticks. This one, I'll show you at the end too, how else I like to use this one. But this is my cream blush. I just take my blush brush, put a little bit on here, and then tap it on my skin. So I said I like to use a setting powder, and I do. I love to use a setting powder under my eyes when I'm wearing concealer, and I will put it all along. So right under here where I've got the concealer, all the way out here to make sure that nothing creeps into these lines and settles there. I will also use this over my entire center of my complexion. If I feel like I want to mattify my look, I will use it everywhere. But to be honest, I really just stick to under my eyes and the center. I'm loving this Celesty finishing powder. It's very, very finely milled. I can show it to you guys, but it'll probably fall out. So I find it's sitting really nicely on my skin. Any excess oil, you don't even notice it. So I am absolutely loving it. I like to use a fluffy blending brush. I use a little one because, like I said, I'm just doing these little areas. If you want to do your whole complexion, go ahead and use a bigger brush. You guys know that I love a natural brow fill-in. I'm not big on like really harsh big brows, but if that's you, that's totally fine. But for me, I love to use a brow mascara. My all-time favorite is the Benefit Fiber Gel Mascara, I think it's called. Comes in like 22 different colors. I use the color Blonde. It's just a really subtle fill-in. It doesn't hold your brows in place, I find, really well, but I have other products I can use for that if I feel like that's a necessity. But this little guy here, so easy to use, and it just fills in for a really natural look. Mascara! Where would I be without mascara? I absolutely love a tubing mascara. This is the one I'm using right now. I am on the market for a good tubing mascara. They don't smudge. They're easy to remove, but I would love to find one that adds a little bit more volume than this without getting clumpy. So if you know of one, please drop it in the comments below, but I love a tubing mascara. Last but not least is lip color. So I use a long wearing lip pencil. Right now I'm using the Younique lip pencils. I've tried several. This one I find just goes on really easy and it lasts for hours. What I do like to do is add my Bare You color stick over top. So I will just put a little bit on my finger and dab it on my lips over top of my lip pencil. I find that helps the color last longer, and I really enjoy the look of just a little bit darker color underneath, and then this one's a little bit lighter, and it's just a really pretty casual look, nothing over the top. So that's it, you guys. That's my current makeup routine right now. Mature skin, like I said, we want to use products that work with it. So that will help it so that your makeup doesn't crease, it doesn't look heavy or cakey, and it really just gives you a natural, radiant look so that you feel confident and beautiful. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, the thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notifications so that you never miss a thing. Thank you for checking this out. And if you get a chance to read the blog, please leave me a comment. Thanks, everyone. Have an awesome day. Bye for now.